In the journey of love and relationships, we often think that the key to our happiness lies in other people's approval and love. But imagine a life where your happiness isn't dependent on someone else's whims and affections, and where your emotional health isn't determined by fleeting glances, unanswered texts, or vague communications. This is not a far-off dream. It's a real situation that you can experience right now. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that stresses inner peace and resilience. By studying its timeless ideas, we can find the key to happiness that doesn't depend on outside circumstances. But how does this relate to wanting someone to miss you? In today's video, we'll explore the deep insights of Stoicism and how they can transform both our personal growth and our relationships in the most profound ways. Join us as we learn how to leave a lasting impression without manipulation or careful planning, but by embodying a spirit of self-sufficiency and inner tranquility. By committing to personal growth, fostering emotional independence, and valuing the present without relying on others, we naturally become more attracted to others, which is a paradox. Not forgettable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch the whole video. Each part is carefully crafted to help you become more stoic and enjoy life more. Now let's start with number 1. Letting go of the need to control. The Stoics had the wise idea that a lot of our stress, frustration, and even deep despair come from trying to control things that we can't. We all do it, putting in a lot of energy, trying to change situations, results, and even other people to our liking, only to realize that we can't. This may sound a bit radical, but though it seems hopeless at first, it's actually meant to set us free from the chains we've put on ourselves. Expectations that are impossible. To use Stoic wisdom as an example, it's not about letting life happen to us. It's about focusing on what we can really change, our attitudes, choices, and responses. This is where we can really make a difference, and by focusing on this, we can improve our patience, understanding, and resilience. This is where real peace lies. Think about the idea of giving up power. Stoicism tells us to go with the flow of life. It helps us tell the difference between our actions and their results. We can put all of our effort into our efforts, but the results are often out of our control. That's okay. It just means we see our efforts in a better light, view that is more realistic. By making sure our actions are in line with our values and letting go of specific results, we live a more authentic and full life. Stoic teachings also push us to see every situation as a chance to grow and to question what control, success, and safety really mean. We often find that our real strength doesn't come from controlling everything around us, but from mastering our inner landscape. In everyday life, this means becoming more flexible and open to the unexpected. It means welcoming life's surprises with a calm mind and a heart ready to learn from whatever comes our way. It's about facing life's problems with grace and seeing them as chances to learn more about ourselves and grow. When we apply this Stoic principle to our daily lives, we experience deeper connections in our relationships, less stress, and a greater appreciation for the present moment. We begin to understand that control isn't the key to happiness. Rather, it's about finding a balance between acceptance and inner tranquility. Giving up our need for control isn't giving up. It's about regaining our power in the best way possible. It's about starting a journey towards inner freedom that changes how we see and interact with the world, leading us to a life defined not by external validation, but by inner peace, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. Number 2. Self-growth over external validation. Have you ever felt like other people need to tell you how valuable you are? It's easy to fall into the trap of looking for happiness in other people, especially when it comes to relationships. But what if your real happiness comes from within? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, tells us to focus on what we can control, like our thoughts and actions, and let go of what we can't, like how other people feel or act toward us. This doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we become stronger and find happiness inside ourselves, not from other people's approval. When you're waiting for someone to miss you or show that they want to be with you, it's like giving them remote control over your feelings. You end up responding to their moves, which can really make you feel bad. You can get that remote back from whirlwind stoicism. It gives us tools to grow traits like wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. Developing these virtues helps us become strong, tough people who find happiness not in other people's approval, but in their own progress and successes. Being silent doesn't mean we should stop caring about other people or cut ourselves off from them. Stoicism encourages people to make strong, important connections based on mutual respect and understanding instead of neediness or dependence. Focusing on personal growth and trying to be our true selves makes us more interesting and appealing to others. People are naturally drawn to people who are sure of themselves, passionate about their goals, and at ease in their own skin. So the less we try to get someone's attention, the more likely they are to give it to us. Pay attention because we're living the most honest lives of our lives. Instead of looking for approval, let's focus on developing our inner world and learning new skills. It's not only rewarding to pick up new hobbies and really think about our personal values and what makes us tick, but this journey of self-discovery and improvement also makes us more admirable and, yes, missable to others. Remember that Stoicism isn't about denying our needs or desires. It's about embracing them. It's here to remind us that our happiness and worth don't depend on them. By following Stoic principles, we can live a peaceful, satisfying, and truly independent life. Let's embrace this Stoic way of life, focus on getting better, and find joy within. That, my friends, is where true happiness lies. Stoicism is a powerful way of life that focuses on independence and mental strength. Even though we can't always change what happens to us, we can always change how we react to it. This idea doesn't just set us free, it gives us the keys to our inner freedom. Stoicism isn't about hiding your emotions or acting like the world doesn't affect you. Instead, it's about being aware of your feelings, really understanding them, and then deciding not to let them run your life. The Stoics had a pretty clear mantra: focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. This isn't just a way to find peace within, it's also a useful way to stay emotionally strong. Now think about how this works in real life. If someone cuts you off in traffic or a friend cancels plans at the last minute, Stoicism teaches us to ignore it and focus on how we react instead of the event itself. This way of thinking encourages independence, which is both powerful and very helpful. And no, being independent doesn't mean you'll be going it alone. It actually helps you connect with others more deeply from a place of power and self-confidence. For example, Stoicism helps us understand that while it's great to love and care for others, our own happiness shouldn't depend on their actions or approval. This way of thinking encourages us to build relationships based on mutual respect and real connection, not out of fear of being alone or needy dependence. By strengthening our emotions, we can enjoy deeper, more meaningful relationships without losing who we are in them. Stoicism stresses living in harmony with nature and embracing life's ups and downs, which is great for our mental health because it reminds us that change is inevitable, and how well we can handle it is a true test of our resilience. So how do we get there? It all starts with being self-aware. It's important to check in with your thoughts and feelings on a regular basis, especially when you're going through tough times. A big part of this is practicing gratitude, being in the moment, and making sure that your daily activities are in line with your core values. Another important thing is to question our perceptions and ask ourselves if our reactions are really appropriate for the situation, or if they're based on old habits or beliefs. Embracing Stoicism isn't about getting along with everyone and never needing anyone else. Instead, it's about becoming your own lighthouse during storms, using timeless principles to guide you. This path to personal independence and emotional strength isn't just a solo one, it's filled with the wisdom of those who have come before you. People have been through this before us, and as we follow these Stoic principles, we'll find that our ability to be happy, our strength in hard times, and our ability to keep our relationships in balance all grow in ways we never thought possible. Let's get through life's storms by being strong together, number 4, and finding meaning in our lives, number 5, by studying the deep lessons of Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus, Empire of Marcus Aurelius and Epicus. These philosophers really stress how important it is to align our lives with our true nature and the larger rhythm of the world. At its core, this philosophy tells us to figure out what's important and to follow these rules with all our hearts. For Stoics, the real meaning of life isn't about chasing outside success, getting rich, or getting praise. Instead, it's about growing our virtues, like honesty and integrity. Taking part in our communities and building relationships based on respect and understanding is what it means to work for the common good. Then, living a worthwhile life means getting to know ourselves better. We have to ask ourselves hard questions about who we are and what we really value. This makes us more likely to stick to our values, even when things get hard, or it seems easier to just follow what society says. During this journey of self-reflection, Stoicism guides us to look closely at not only our actions, but also the reasons behind them. Are we acting out of true virtue, or are we just looking for approval from others? Stoicism also teaches us that things outside of our control are temporary and stresses the importance of focusing on what we can change. Having this mindset is very freeing. It frees us from the pointless pursuit of trying to control the uncontrollable and directs our energy toward areas where we can truly make a difference in the world around us, in our attitudes, choices, and responses. Creating a meaningful life is less about our accomplishments and more about how we live and the mindset we adopt every day. Adopting a Stoic approach means accepting that suffering and setbacks are normal parts of life. Instead of seeing these as obstacles to happiness, we can see them as chances to grow, become more resilient, and gain a deeper understanding of life's complexities. This doesn't mean we want to suffer. Instead, it means we find meaning in getting through it, learning from it, and going on with a stronger spirit and a more compassionate heart. Meaningful life includes both small daily actions and bigger ones. You can see this in the Kinsey Wood and in those quiet moments. When we think about our place in the world, enjoy the beauty of nature, take care of ourselves, and nurture our relationships. These actions, which are based on Stoic ideas, weave together a rich tapestry of a well-lived life. Let's not forget the strong person. No one should have to go through life's journey alone. It's a road we all take together, helping each other along the way with our shared knowledge and experiences. Stoicism not only helps us deal with life's problems, but it also helps us thrive in them, finding joy, purpose, and meaning in every situation. As we come to the end of our journey through the teachings of Stoicism, it's clear that this timeless philosophy gives us more than just rules. It gives us a way of life that is full of wisdom, resilience, and peace. Stoicism helps us focus on what's important so we can handle the ups and downs of life with balance and calm. The strategies and methods we've talked about aren't just ideas. They're real tools that we can use in our daily lives to turn problems into chances for growth and greater understanding. New ideas. When we practice Stoicism, we learn not only to let go of the things we can't change, but also to live in the present moment and enjoy life's simple pleasures and build important relationships. This way of thinking helps us create a place of peace inside ourselves that stays stable no matter what chaos is going on around us. Following the Stoic path doesn't mean a life without problems. Instead, it gives us the peace to accept the things we can't change and the courage to change the things we can while staying true to our values. Stoic principles teach us that we can't change the world, but we can change how we see it, what we do, and how we react to it. As we apply these principles to our daily lives, we start to see changes in how we define happiness, success, and fulfillment. We realize that real satisfaction doesn't come from outside praise or material things, but from living in harmony with our core beliefs and values. This is the key to a truly fulfilling and joyful life. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey, where timeless wisdom meets our everyday lives. Let's keep discovering and evolving together for more insights. Until we meet again, I think you should watch one of the videos on the screen. Remember that the most important trip is the one that takes us inside ourselves.